The Gunners fight hard to finally get a win at Goodison Park for years. Liverpool continue on the winning form, and Chelsea could even play for another 3 minutes without finding a goal. Manchester United troubles continue at Old Trafford, losing 3-1 to a Brighton side. Manchester City continuing on their rise as they look forward to a 4th consecutive league title in 4 years. We speak about that and more on the Soccer Huddle. Welcome to the Soccer Huddle. This is your boy Mojere Waiti, just an ordinary guy discussing the beautiful game, discussing Kwili ya Mau. What mouth-watering clashes that we saw over the weekend. Some might say that, some might say teams were lucky, others were unlucky. So we'll look into that. Chelsea's woes continue. Manchester United troubles get deeper and deeper. And Liverpool just managed to continue winning, even after coming. Let's start with Liverpool. A 12:30 kickoff time, I think it was, on Saturday morning, and they were playing against Wolves or Molineux, and Wolves scored first, and they looked dangerous in the first half. I think Wolves played the same way they did go Manchester United. I think it was the first game of the season, Yabona. When they came to Old Trafford, they created chances, but they couldn't finish them off. And this is what exactly that happened. On Saturday, they created more chances. Neto was very dangerous on the left. They couldn't just score. They couldn't finish Liverpool off. They could have finished Liverpool first half, according to me, if they had taken all their chances. And we saw Jurgen Klopp getting frustrated on the touchline. And when the final whistle went for halftime, you saw him running. It means he was preparing his troops, man. He was not happy with his troops, and he was going to discipline them and prepare them for the second half. And whatever he said in the dressing room really worked, because Liverpool came out on fire, but there was always going to be casualties in every war. McAllister was out because you could see he was playing missed passes, Nalusa di Bolo and all that. But we can't blame him, because remember, South American and North American players, when they go on international week, they travel a lot of time. They travel a long way. So McAllister, I think, was jet lagged or whatever it was. He was tired. Nunes, they started on the bench. Diaz started on the bench as well. It's because they traveled far and they were tired. They came back late. You can see even local Brighton, some of their players didn't play because they came back late. Is it Brighton or Chelsea? One of the two. So that's what happened, especially McAllister. I think that's what happened. We know McAllister's quality. We know what he can deliver on his best day. So Klopp made a decision. It wasn't favorable at the time. A lot of people would have questioned it, but we could see the results of our McAllister was just a Liverpool. So you look him out. Alogala Elliott and they flew. Mo Salah was being Mo Salah. You know, I was having an argument. Funny enough, I'll Manchester United next. I was saying Mo Salah Akora on the day. Mo Salah wasn't on his best form, but the 3 goals that Liverpool scored, Mo Salah was involved in all of them. The 3 goals that Liverpool scored, Mo Salah was involved in all of them. Why? Hey, I know a lot of you know why. You can guess and drop a comment there. Frustrated, disappointed, angry. Or you could use all the synonyms, or you could use all the words that will describe what a Manchester United fan felt on Saturday, when we were looking at our star boy player doing what he did. And you don't get me wrong. I'm not saying Rashford is a bad player. I've always said on this page, I've always said on this channel, already, as much as Man United depends so much on Rashford, as much as Rashford has taken Manchester United out of dodgy situation, and I was saying this while Rashford was scoring goals. I don't want people saying, or you saying this because he's playing bad. I was saying this in his peak. I remember telling Bazero, when we were shooting that. I was telling him, I'm like, I am still worried, ka Rashford. I am still worried, ka Marcus. Decision making high is gonna cost us one day. I've been telling them, and they never listen to me. But now I've got a hatred for Rashford, and it is not an hatred. It is just an observation that I've seen over the 8-9 years that he's been at Man United. And Saturday we saw that, and the reason why we saw that is because obviously we are not playing well as a team at the moment, and every mistake an individual will do, we all gonna see it. Unlike if a team is winning, if you make a mistake, we're going to forget about it because the team is in momentum and is playing very well. But if your team is playing very badly and can't get results and you make mistakes, we are going to see each and every mistake that you make. Having said that, it doesn't make Marcus a bad player. He just needs to work on his decision making. I was so angry. I was so agitated on Saturday. I was beating the table where I was sitting, looking at Rasmus Højlund making runs and Rashford deciding to shoot. The only time he crossed the ball, we scored. And about it was ball out. That's the only time he crossed the ball. And we scored. I'm like, doesn't he think, okay, it worked, let me try it again. One, twice, taking on the defender, it's fine. You are Marcus Rashford, you are a flair player, you take on players, that's what you do. Mara, if your teammates are making positive runs, if your teammates are in a better position to pass the ball to them, pass it to them. It's just that simple. I was speaking about Mo Salah. Mo Salah was not on his best form. But all 3 goals that Liverpool scored, Mo Salah was involved. He made 3 assists and 1 goal, so it doesn't count. But he was involved. He made the passes. You could see Robertson making that pass. That run, he passed him. You could see Gapco at the last post, he passed him. Anyways, Archelepe. Manchester United troubles are so bad. It's not even Rashford alone. I know I'm bashing Rashford because at this time and moment, he's the one that we saw. He could have given us a chance to win against Brighton or even a chance to compete against Brighton by scoring. We don't know what would happen if he had crossed those balls. He had 20 shots on Saturday. And our number 9 had 0 because Ella Rebal had 0. Our winger had 20 shots. Our striker had 0. Take that into account. But having said that, the midfield of Man United is a problem. All the goals are identical. If you look at all the goals, they're identical. People are not tracking the runners. Our midfielders are not tracking the runners. If you look at the goals, Arsenal, the first goal of Odegaard is people didn't track the runners. Odegaard was left alone on the edge of the penalty area. Gross was left alone. Welbeck was left alone. Petro was left alone. Man United midfielders are not tracking back. And that's a problem that we need to solve. Eric needs to solve that problem ASAP. Otherwise, we're not going anywhere. Casemiro doesn't look himself anymore. I'm not sure if the weight is finally too heavy on him that he had to carry the team Yanala Rashford last season. Because this season, the players that we see on that field are not the players that we see this season. I don't know if they are tired. I don't know if they're frustrated because of the ownership. I do not know what's going on. We're playing against Bayern Munich on Wednesday. Champions League. I see Bayern Munich in 5. Because the second goal that Brighton scored. As you know, Pep said something. He said, I quote him, and I might maybe get it wrong, but he said something like, Zewi, I'm telling you guys, is one of the most exciting managers or one of the best managers I've ever seen in this age, in the last 20 years, or he said in this age or last 20 years. And we finally see what Pep was talking about. The first 17 minutes of the game, Manchester United looked like they were bossing the match. They looked like they would boss Brighton. They looked like they would play Brighton out of the Midfield. But Brighton was like, are you guys done? Yeah. or exhibition. Let us show you how we play. It's like they did that. Oh, okay, we see. Okay, let us show you. It is our time now. Let us show you how we play. Look at the second goal from the goalkeeper. The ball, the rotation of the ball by Brighton. Where every player on Brighton's field had a touch of the ball before they could score the goal. That's how brilliant they were. Manchester United were poor. Don't get me wrong, they were poor, but let us not take anything away from that Brighton side. I had high hopes. As you've had my preview, I said we haven't lost a game at home in 20 games, or 22 a year. That's the only hope that I hanged on, that we haven't lost a game at home. But the Zeus charges came to Old Trafford and showed us flames. They showed us flames. Anyways, let's move on. If we start come Manchester United, we might even finish the whole hour. So the next one is Manchester City, obviously going go London Stadium against West Ham. And they won 3-1, a convincing 3-1. Bernardo Silva, and obviously the Kataganda himself on top on the scoreline. And I was just saying to Bazero, even after going down Manchester City, no one was worried that Manchester City are going to lose that game. I wasn't worried that Manchester City is going to lose that game. Even after going down, I was not scared. That's how well-oiled machine they are, how well coached they are. And people, I was speaking to Sba, Rashford, sorry to go back. And I asked him a question and he never answered me. Oh, he answered me, but I asked him, maybe you can have your say as well. This is the question I asked him. Would Marcus Rashford get into a City team or an Arteta team or a Pep team? Not Pep, sorry, a Klopp team, a Liverpool team. Would they put him in the starting lineup, those three managers? And my answer is a definite no. And the reason why I say this, especially with Pep, we've seen Grealish when he came. He was like Rashford. He was a flair player. He liked to take on players, but he didn't make the hard work. He didn't track back. He didn't help the team. He was playing for himself because he comes from an Aston Villa team where he was the star man. And Sba answered me and he said, it's because Rashford is not playing against better players. And I was like, Rasmus Honafita, no. We don't even know if he's going to be the best striker we have or if he's going to be the worst striker we have. But you can see the potential is there. He's making the runs. Pass him the ball. Rather replace Rasmus because you've given him all the chances that you could and he missed it. Rather we say that. But anyway, so City 3-1 to West Ham. Guys, and I'm saying this, this is my theory as well. Duku is going to replace Jack Grealish come that Manchester City side. Mark my words. Save this video. Duku is going to replace Grealish in that Manchester City. Not because of his on-field performances, but because of his off-field performances. I feel like Pep harate the way Grealish conducts himself off the field. His drinking, his pictures, seeing him drunk, videos. I think Pep doesn't like that. But problem is, Grealish got a British passport. So he can't just kick him out of his team. So he's slowly but surely introducing Duku into the starting lineup. And in a year's time or two, let's see, I might be wrong, but it's just my theory. I think Duku will replace him. Let's move on. We're going to a toothless Chelsea. This is the first match since the EPL season has started. About how many games now? I know we've all played 6 games or 5 games. That we have a 0-0 scoreline. Chelsea could have played the whole day. They wouldn't have scored. They could have played the whole day. They wouldn't have scored. This is like their 3rd game in a row without scoring a goal. Nicholas Jackson had numerous chances this match, the match before. And I think he's not wearing the number 9 shirt, but I think he's getting the case of a number 9 shirt at Chelsea, where the strikers do not score goals where strikers miss chances, open goal chances. I think he's falling into that trap or that case at number 9 at Chelsea. And I know people might make excuses for them. They've lost Nkunku, they've lost Modier. Like you can see the injury list at Chelsea, how long it is. But they still have quality. Mudryk is quality. Endo is quality. Sterling is quality as well. They should be scoring, but they can't. They can't score. For some weird reason, Chelsea can't score. Man United, the part 2. Man United and Chelsea, they need to go and put the shooting boots on, because at this time and moment, they can't score. They can't score. They can't. What is the problem at Chelsea? Maybe Chelsea fans are in the comments. Let us know what is the problem at your team, because you can't seem to score. You can create, but you can't score. Do you need a striker? But you had how much money did Chelsea spend this season and last season? But they didn't buy a striker. They only bought Jackson. But is he a proven goal scorer? Could they even try and lure Benzema to them? Because Benzema apparently, for the Saudis, he's not comfortable anymore. He wants to leave. Him and who's that coach? Nuno Santos Abakwan. So Chelsea must just. I had rumors they're going for Ivan Toney in January. Arsenal are also looking at him. So Chelsea can't score. They need a prominent goal scorer. Because Sterling creates chances. Modric creates chances, but no one is there to put the ball into the net. Let me know what you think, Chelsea fans. Let me know what you think. Arsenal 1-0 to Everton. Grinding results. I think yesterday I was looking at Arsenal and I looked at the starting lineup and I looked at the bench. I'm like, wow, this is a championship team. This is a championship squad, or a title contender squad. Let me put it right. A title contender squad. They've got depth on that bench. They've got so much depth on that bench. Man United don't have that kind of depth. Chelsea, no, Negele is their bench. I didn't even recognize anyone. The only person I recognized on their bench was Ben Chilwell. For me, Liverpool and Arsenal, that would challenge Manchester City this season. For me, they are the two teams that can make Manchester City run for their money for their that's saying. They've got the squad, they've got the manager, and they've got the players. You know, those 3 elements is what you need if you are to challenge for the title. You need a good coach, a good squad, and good players. And your players have to fight on that field. They have to show that they really need to win. You look at how Chelsea plays, not Chelsea, sorry. You look at how Arsenal plays, especially yesterday. They played their hearts out on that field. You look at how Liverpool came from behind twice now. This is the second game in a row they had to come from behind to win it. Even look at Newcastle did the same thing. And you look at how Man United players are playing. You look at how Chelsea players are playing. I forgot to mention Big Ange's team. I think Big Ange's Tottenham is even better than my team. I like, as much as it hurts me to say that. But Big Ange's team is better than Man United. They had to grind results. They scored in the 110 minute to win the game. Obviously, the Sheffield United manager was not happy about that time added on. But they had to dig deep and win. They got the 3 points after all. Big Ange's team. They're playing like a house on fire. So yeah. That is the preview. Not preview, man. Review of this week's matches. Let me know as well what you think of how your team performed this week. Has it convinced you that this season you'll win something? Or you'll be in the top 5? Remember, the Champions League is also coming back this week. I'll be doing the preview as well. My team is there. We are there because of our last season performances. But this season, remember to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Until we meet again. Remember, prevention is better than cure. Don't risk it unless it's worth it. I'm out.